Welcome back. I'm John,
And I'm Angel.
and we will continue to discuss about Filipino dating. Now, one of the reasons why I think it's important to remember, always keep focus is why is it that we're trying to date the Filipino woman? And of course, Filipino women are beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
smart, and they make perfect partners. Willing to work hard, take the extra step when I don't want to, maybe. And we just want to recognize that that's why we're doing this, to develop a long-term relationship and live a wonderful life, right?
Yeah.
It also recognizes that there's many steps. How would I say? There's many steps in getting to know the Filipino or anybody online.
Yeah.
Us in the Western world, it's really hard to go out and go spend a week in the Philippines and try to capture somebody's heart by maybe visiting the typical places like the bars or downtown and others. And as mentioned before, I'm not really sure if that's the type of woman that, well, I love you, that I would want to come home with. Because they come possibly with some baggage, they come with some sad stories, and it's not that they're not fun to be around or they're not worthwhile. It's just you can do a lot of the, how can I say this in a nice way, the pre-shopping activities before you go to the Philippines, and that's what I'm talking about. How to use online dating services and online platforms so you can spend the time getting to know them, developing a relationship before you go off in the Philippines on a wild rampage and not really have any place to focus on. Because that's what a lot of people do. They spend that money and they go traveling over summer to look and find their partner, and they could have spent a month or so trying to get to know their partner in an equal playing field. Asking questions on the dating platform, asking questions with each other on video chats and stuff. So I think that's what we're moving towards. So before we start, I want you to know that there's many online dating platforms that are out there. And for this video, I'm gonna just say go out and Google, online dating platforms for the Philippines. I mean, we have our own list that's on our website, but just for you go out and you can search online dating and go out and see what they have, because there's many different platforms, and there's just a lot of ways that they advertise.
Yeah, it's confusing which one, which site you need to go on. So
Well,
just keep searching.
So when you do find one that you like, it's really important that you get to know their dashboard. That's where you sit back and you can put out all the searches. That's where you can see your results. That's where you can find the ladies that you're looking for. So learning their dashboard online. For example, you could be searching for somebody and build a report for the searches, and you can narrow it down to eye color, but they're all brown and black. But hair color,
Hair.
mostly black.
We only have black unless they dye it.
Yeah, and height and weight. They search and query education. Do they have only a high school diploma? Do they want kids? Do they not want kids? I mean, there's probably a dozen or more different questions that you can learn in the dashboard.
Yeah, and it's you can search also what are their hobbies, and if they like to sing or something, and sports.
All the
like that.
traits.
Yeah.
All the traits that they have. So that's what you need to become familiar with first. So spend a few days, a couple of afternoons learning the background, how to do simple searches. And then you're going to get to business. And I've got 5 simple steps that I think we both agree on.
Yeah.
And I'll give you the overview of those right now. First one is ask everyone the same simple question first. Number 2, send the question to 50 or 100 women in your searches.
Mm-hmm.
So you do the searches of what you want, what you like, how tall, and then you find those women and you send them the first question first. All 100 in one night is what I'm asking you to do.
Is that what you did until you found me?
Okay, don't.
Okay.
See, this is always hot. Okay, too hot right now. And then once you've sent out to 100 people the first question, and then everybody that replies to that question, now you're going to send another question to them. So now you're sending maybe 50, or you can send out another 100. So you have your first question goes to 100 the first night, 100 the second night, and then wait. And I'm telling you, you will be very satisfied with the powerful response that you get. It's overwhelming if you're used to Western dating sites. Then after that, we'll send out another question to people who reply. So you have those 200 women that you've sent the first question to, and then when they reply to you, you send the second question to the people that replied. Now you're starting to get this funnel going around. And you started wide, 200 people wide, and now we're going to narrow it down, so you truly end up with one in your relationships. So at that time, then you can start asking personal questions at step 5 and starting to move forward in personal responses. So what does it look like? You want to ask a simple question to start. And the first simple question you can use any question really, but I asked my first question because being a Christian myself, I was looking for somebody that was a Christian, and that's the only music I really listen to is Christian music. So I asked a simple one. Hopefully you don't remember.
I remember everything.
But the simple question was, what's your favorite Christian artist?
Exactly, that's what he asked.
And it got lots of replies. If the people don't know what a Christian artist is, then they kind of disqualified themselves, and I wouldn't communicate with them anymore.
Or sometimes if they don't reply, or they reply after 2 days, so that means they are not interested to you.
Right, so it's timely. So I send that question out to 100 girls on the first night, and the next night I send it out to another 100, and then I just kind of waited. Remember, we have that time difference, so when we do something in the Western world, it takes 12 hours for anybody to reply while we're sleeping. So it's like you wake up and you have all these emails. So you've communicated with 200 people, you've sent them the same simple question. And then the next day on step 2, you sent out the same questions on there. On step 3, we're going to do what we just said. We're going to send out that second question to the people that answered the first question. So we went from 100, and then they might take a day or so to reply because they get notifications when somebody's looking at their profiles, which you're probably familiar with. So they're going to take a little while to reply. Why does it take so long for a Filipino to reply?
Maybe they're working, or maybe they don't have Wi-Fi. Because mostly Filipinas, usually in the provinces, they need to go to internet cafe in order for them to check their emails and just to go online stuff.
Okay, so that's probably why it took you so long. No, I'm kidding.
No.
So prepare yourself for that, and then once you have the people replying to your second question, now start reviewing some of the profiles. Look at the pictures, look at the profiles, what are they saying? Prepare yourself, because even though the Philippines prides themselves on speaking and writing English, it's not as perfect as you would think it should be. Okay.
Yeah, because we're not used to talk English in our country. Of course, we used to communicate through our mother language.
Yeah, and they do. So it takes them a long time to reply. But again, that's kind of part of the disqualifying process. Is it worth it to them to stay up and write a 20-minute letter? It took you 20 minutes to reply to my responses, right?
No, it took me 1 hour.
Oh, that's right, you did tell me that.
Because I need to double check if it's correct grammar and spelling, because I don't want him to discourage on my handwritten.
So yeah, so it does take a while. Give them a chance to reply, but let's move on. The next one is start looking at their profiles and look at the background pictures. Okay, you want to look. So they take a picture. What's in our background? Okay, we have a boring wall. We're sitting on a couch in our living room, and you can kind of sense what it's like just by seeing the pictures in the background. You can sense what it's like. So do the same thing with a critical eye. When you're looking at those profile pictures, look and see what's in the background. Do you like what you see in the background? Is it chaos? Are they in the city? Are they in the farms? If you're communicating with somebody that says they live on the farm, but you only see city pictures with streets and stuff, you might want to start thinking, are they being truthful with me?
And also, I recommend it to their, if you check their profiles, just make sure they have more than two pictures, because if only one or two, there's kind of not really serious.
Yeah, you want to make sure they put some effort in the profile
Yeah.
on there. Okay, so that was step 4. Step 5 is start replying to your searches, your matches in a more personable form. Once you get to, like, what's your favorite artist? What church do you go to? Maybe you can ask, something else. What's your favorite island in the Philippines? What are some of the things that that they can have an answer with? And you're trying to, again, pull information out of them with open-ended questions, and you're looking at their answers to see, do they have the time? Are they making an effort to communicate seriously?
Mm-hmm.
So that's our step 5. So at this point, let's see what else we got here. Start open-ended questions. Use a Word document. I want to talk about that next. But you need something, a file, a folder, a page in your computer that you can start keeping track of very specific answers, or you're going to find yourself in trouble. So that's
Yeah.
it. Use those 5 steps, and leave your comments. Subscribe to our channel, and let us know how it's working for you. So
And visit our website at www.onlinefilipinadating.com.
thank you very much.
Thank you for watching, guys. We love you.